Okay, so covering this like a bit later than everybody else, but Master Duel updates at a terrible time for me. So starting off, we have a Black Friday uh login bonus here where we get 300 gems and bonus packs. First order of business, we need to go over the ban list. Starting December 4th, uh, Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom is now to 3. I honestly don't think this is a big deal in context of things, because it requires 2 Dark Pendulum monsters, and most people absolutely refuse to run that. Archlord Krista has been a very nasty floodgate as of late, and they decided, you know what, screw this guy in particular. Red Ransom is getting banned. Big surprise. I thought they would have hit the other one. But apparently, the people on the Master Duel subreddit have already figured out that, this one isn't as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. It's still a big deal because, they hit Malice, but people have already figured out ways to make it work without Red Ransom. So it's not as big of a deal as it could be. But still a big deal. Now then, let's talk, shop. I don't think anything new was added to solo mode. Nothing new was added to solo. There are limited time offers on gyms, I believe. Yeah, limited time offers on gyms. I will probably be using this, given what is in the shop. But I'm not going to be using it until after Black Friday, because lo and behold, I don't get paid until Friday, and I need to save my money. But there's a whole bunch of things that just got added here. So we will start off with the new pack here. I'll be honest. Almost all of these are entirely new except for, like, this, I believe. And some of the Asmina cards. And maybe Axon Kicker. But Axon Kicker and Ultimate Axon Kicker are really just kind of super poly targets for a number of things. This is technically a super poly target for any deck running at least one Psychic monster. But most of this doesn't actually do anything for me specifically. I don't know. There is this new lab support. But outside of that, new pack End of Guilt really doesn't do much for me. Like if we go to the packs here, like we still have all the Dark Magician and Mekanko stuff for the next couple of days. Fiendsmith is still in for the next couple of days. We have a couple of free packs here. So we have this one, which is entirely dedicated to Snake Eyes and Illusion and Asmina. Now, I would like Moa Regina, and I would like Sylvia, as well as Hollowed Asmina. And Deception of the Sinful Spoils, because I would really like to play the Asmina deck. But It's entirely dependent on me getting the cards, and I don't have money right now. But play the Diabell is appreciated. So that's our 10 pull for that. Next, we have Atonement's End, which, we have Diabellstar. In the alt art form. We have Snake Eyes, Vengeance Dragon, which you're honestly not going to be summoning this at all, really. We have the, new Asmina. And as well as some new White Forest cards. Oh, you are. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, this is good. This is good. We're eating good. And we are scrapping that. That is getting scrapped. Let me go scrap that real quick. Yeah, how would one obtain this? Oh, you get it from the, cybernetic, one. Okay. We can get rid of Cosmo Tin Can, because as much as I love the Cosmo line, I'd rather not play it. So let's go return to the packs here. We have the Labryth pack. Now this has every Labryth card, and for some reason, Destiny board of all fucking things. And I'm just like, why would you do that? Cursed Necrofear. You're not really gonna use that. Dark Sanctuary. Yeah, honestly, you're better off just straight up crafting the Labryth cards. Instead of, doing that. The only reason you're pulling on this is to get the, alt art. Everything else is just gonna be turned into UR dust. And we get nothing. But that's expected. And then we have Immortal Royalty. This has, like, an alt art of Pot of Extravagance. Honestly, not that amazing. Alt art of Eldritch the Golden Lord. So, like, honestly, not exactly super amazing. But, like, free cards to dismantle is free cards to dismantle. Like, most of these outside of Zombie Vampire, you're not really gonna use. Like, I would say, like, the most used thing in here is either Eldritch or Vampire Sucker, and that's because the lack of, like, zombie link monsters. So, let's go ahead and address the, big things here. So, there are currently 4 bundles. And let's go ahead and, address the big situation here. These are crazy. But they're crazy because they released all 4 of these at the same time. So to start off with, we have the Eldritch, which is 10 packs. You get the sleeve protector, coin, and no guaranteed UR, just 1 SR guaranteed. Then we have the Labryth bundle, where we have the book, as well as the protector and silver coin, with 1 SR or higher guaranteed. And then we have the Labyrinth Castle Field and 20 packs, 2 UR guaranteed from the pack there. I'll be honest, I'll probably roll for it later in the month if nothing else is gonna catch my eye. I, however, am mainly interested in the Diabellstar mat. She's gorgeous. Look at her. Beautiful. Also, card case, image, mat, frame, icon, show featured cards. But keep in mind, it is the alt art that is being featured here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull for him. Ooh, URs. So let's see what we get. Woes of the White Forest. Saint Azamina. Oh. Well, I'm never gonna use this. But it is a silly card. Like, I don't own any rank 9 themed decks. Alright, UR time, baby. Altar Diabellstar, please. Cephalon. Ooh, that's getting dismantled. Like, I am not running Time Lords. Like, you don't even run that in a Time Lord deck. Like, that is not something you would willingly run. Upgrade. Upgrades. Upgrades, people. Although they're on the wrong side. The first Dark Lord. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't run Dark Lords at all. Fiendsmith Agmonde. Alright, you are. Diabellstar, please? Diabellstar. Diabellstar! And it's Vengeance Dragon. And Asmina! Okay, well, I was gonna end up collecting one of them at one point. Alright, go ahead and imply that. So, we got that. But let me go ahead and deal with the new problem cards. Namely in the form of Cephalon and Ether Blathnir. And unfortunately, I don't run any Dark Fairies whatsoever. Like, Dark Lords are cool, but I need the UR dust. And at this point, I'm tempted to just leave Agmunday. Just because at some point I am going to end up crafting Fiendsmith. Just because you can slot it into a lot of things. But at the moment, it's just not worth the effort. Alright, so. Unfortunately, limited time, Diabellstar cards are not in the main pack. They're in the super pack. I mean, secret pack. So I will roll 5 times and then probably come back to this, and this is probably going to be a bust. Oof. But, like, this is what happens when you roll for alt art. But there's several decks of mine that really actually do need Diabellstar. My Infernoble Knights deck has been missing Diabellstar for a while, and Diabellstar was actually a core part of its setup. And hold up a moment, I hear something outside. Oh, never mind, it was just a mail. Ooh, there's Saint Asmina. I forgot this card exists. Alright, let's see, what do we get? Ooh, you are. Come on, Diabellstar, and it's Asmina. Yeah, you only need one of those, though. Yeah, unfortunately, I own 4 of these now. Alright, pull number 2 of 5. Okay, this looked promising. Ursa Arctic Polar Star. Yeah, I actually own, like, the Ursa Arctic deck, but I never bought the support for it in real life. It's a fun deck, but really hurts. Oh, well, we needed that. Yeah, the UR tax on Light Forest is pretty harsh. But it is what it is. Oh, this is a fun card. Imagine seeing this when playing against a Ryzeal. Yeah, you just summon out, a bunch of level 4s and you can go crazy with it. It's absolutely bonkers. Like, there's an FTK involving Ryzeal and Wonky Quartet. It is absolutely terrifying to actually see it happen. I've actually had it happen to me once. And I'm really annoyed I didn't save the clip of that. Oh, there's more sinful spoil cards I need. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, nothing. Lightning Rod Lord. What even is this? Neither player can activate spell cards during phase 1. That seems like one of those crazy crazy floodgate cards that somehow exists. Cyberdark Worm. Oh, hey, there's Diabellstar, the White Witch. Like, this is new. Like, we now have 2 of these, which we're supposed to run these at 3. I'm not sure how many we need of those. But, this is poll number 3. True Light. Blue Eyes card. I absolutely refuse to play Blue Eyes, by the way. Oh, there's another Diabellstar. Gatling Ghoul and Gone Bonkers. Yeah, this is really weird because it's a Goblin Bikers card that Goblin Bikers don't even play. Alright, one card right at the end here. Well, there's Diabellstar Vengeance. Very nice. These 3 are getting decrafted. Alright, this is poll number 4. We at least want 1 copy of the alt art Diabellstar. Oh, there's Vengeance Dragon again. Subdual. Alright, that's on the wrong side. Abyss Dragon Sword Soul. Oh, there's the third copy of White Forest. Dark Contract with the Gate. Yeah, that is a DDD card. Alright, come on. Diabellstar, alt art, please. Diabellstar, please. And it's on the wrong side. Up. Aw. Centaurian? This is the entire wrong deck for that. Alright, fifth pull. And this is gonna have to be it for today. Wrong side. Lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. I'm gonna have to keep that one because I'm gonna have to build a Labyrinth deck here. Here's my third copy of Diabellstar. Yeah, one of these is just gonna turn shiny. Yeah, don't give me false hope like that, please. And it's all on the wrong side. Like, I've gotten everything but the alt art Diabellstar. And that's the one thing I wanted most. And it's on the wrong side. Aw. Well, free you are, Dust, there. Okay, that is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I will probably do more rolls on stream in a couple days. I'm going to have to just delete these here. Because there's a 60-pile slop deck we put together for the fun of it. There's the Earth Machine deck we put together for the fun of it. And here's the Ryuge deck. Ideally speaking, as Mina. Alright, so before I end things off here, order obtained. Dismantle all extra cards. Nope, that's not the right one. SR and UR. So, dismantle my one extra copy of Diabellstar. Dream Mirror. Atalantean. Abaku. Catalyst Field. My extra copy of Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. Centaurian Primera. Dark Contract with the Gate. Gatling Ghoul. Gone Bonkers. Ursa Arctic. Citrine. Cyberdark Worm, because I don't play Cyberdarks or Cyber Dragon at all, really. Alright. So, we need to put together a deck list here for what I'm planning on building. So there's two decks we plan on building. One is an upgrade to my White Forest deck. The other is Azamina. So we need 3 copies of Diabellstar. And we need 3 copies of that. Like, I need 3 copies of this. As Mina. So as Mina is kind of a problem. Like, you can have, like, one of each of these, and you would still have a problem. But we are gonna need, 3 Deceptions of the Sinful Spoil, and 3 copies of Asmina Debtors, and, like, 1 Queen Asmina. Lava Golem. Like, we want 3 copies of Lava Golem. Reasoning. Traptan. Like, we want 3 copies of that. My Super Poly. Like, this is going to be, from a technical standpoint, one of the most expensive decks ever made. Sinful. Oh, we already have that card. Morian. Azamina. Awakening. And Impulse. Like, there's a couple things here that I would like. Like, Chaos Angel and, Typhon. But then again, there's also things like SP that would go in here. SP. And, like, all the generic, super poly targets. Like Mud Dragon and Garura. Like, these are gonna be a problem. Which is why I'm generally gonna go out of my way to actually craft some of these. There's a couple of, like, other super poly targets. Chalice. Chalice is 3 link monsters. Like, this is really good for outing, Malice, even though it's not as much of a thing. There's a couple other cards that would be of issue. But, generally speaking, like, the big thing is with all of these, I only need one of these. Okay. Like, generally speaking, with a whole heck of a lot of these, is on super poly targets, you kind of just gotta pick and choose, like, what are you going to run? Like, Yubel the Ever-Loving Defender is great. That Yubel the Ever-Loving Defender is arguably the best. Trinity and, Yubel. Because, generally speaking, you want something to deal with Yubel. Now, let's see here. I'm missing 2 cards. I'm missing, Sinful. I'm missing this one. And I am missing, Reclia. So with all of these, I technically, if I take this one out, need 450 URs. And unfortunately, Fruits of the Sinful are gonna require me to do some pretty heavy lifting on the UR part. As for White Forest here, like if I label this as incomplete, and I know I spelled incomplete wrong. And I go down to my White Forest Asmina deck. We're gonna need to make some edits to this here. Because, unfortunately, White Forest Asmina is kind of a problem. Like, we only need one Diabellstar. But, we actually need to throw in Fiendsmith. And that in itself is a problem. Like, I'm gonna end up crafting Fiendsmith here at some point. But we're gonna need 2 copies of Max C. Like, the other deck, we just don't run hand traps at all and run, like, whatever it is we need. That's Topi. We need Lurie. Have I never crafted Lurie? Huh. Oh, I have 1 copy of Lurie. Effect Veiler. We need my 3 copies of it. I misspelled Veiler. Alright, so White Forest. I need my White Forest Synchro Monsters. Which is all 3 of them, and Barone. Sadly, all of the White Forest monsters are horrifically expensive. Like, we need 1 copy of a Stellar. 1 copy of a Zet. And 1 copy of Rushia. We need all 3 copies of our White Forest here. We need 1 copy of Tales of the White Forest. 3 copies of Ash Blossom, of course. Like, I'm gonna be spending a bit of money over this next day or so. But I've accepted that. But I should at least finish building these before I end things off. Hollowed Asmina. White Forest. Like, this is going to be a very expensive deck to make. But I am going through and adding all of this so that when I do eventually pull this, you guys have, like, my thought process behind this. Called by... Cross out. Imperm. I missed a White Forest monster. Three copies of Sylvie. Like, strangely, you don't really play Diabellstar. Like, Diabellstar is really weird because you don't really play Diabellstar. Because the thing is like, it's kind of hard to use this one. Like, I may end up dismantling her, for, like, the one soul copy. Like, Nibiru. You're gonna want the one copy of Nib. And then, Fiendsmith. So, for Fiendsmith, we can just grab these here. We need Rexmande and Lacrima. The others, not so much. I will need Moon of Closed Heaven. So, onto the extra deck. Like, I do not have Moon of Closed Heaven, because I've never actually had a reason to keep her. But, I do plan on making Fiendsmith. Because at this point, we kind of do need to start hopping on the Fiendsmith train. Just because, it's enough of a problem where we need to actually, consider it. Okay, we need, Sylvia. Sylvia and, Recligio. Like, this is a very tight deck. DDD. High Wave King Caesar. For, 2 level 6s. Cross Sheep. And, let's see here. We do need an extra slot here. SP and Typhon. Yeah. Okay. So how many URs is this gonna need to be? 300. Okay. So updated White Forest, Asmina, Fiendsmith. 300 UR needed. So that's gonna be a thing. I am going to go ahead and dismantle my Diabellstar the White Witch, because I don't see myself using her all that much. Because the problem with Diabellstar the White Witch, like, she's really not all that amazing. Like, there are other ways you could do this particular deck, but honestly, this is kind of the way to go. So this is 480 UR needed. So that's gonna be it for this video. Normally I don't post videos like this, but this kind of dropped at a time when I am super busy and don't really have much I can crank out. But honestly, I am really looking forward to playing the like Asmina deck, because this is just either go hog wild or you get screwed. So we'll see what happens, but this also bridges into, like, building Snake Eyes at some point, just so I could eventually inflict that upon humanity at some point.